Welcome to Berwick Mitsubishi. I'm Mark and I'm going to take you for a walk around our 2011 Ford PK Ranger manual four-wheel drive utility this afternoon. We'll start at the front of the car and as we go around I'll highlight any minor imperfections. I'll probably be fairly fussy because it's such a clean car. Just a couple of little stone chips on the front of the bonnet there, consistent with its age and mileage. Coming around the right hand side of the car is fitted with 15-inch factory steel wheels, and this has got a set of brand new all-terrain tyres on the car. As we scan down the driver's side, the really glaring thing to take note of is the quality of the exterior, how good a condition it is. The driver's door, the rear panel there, and then the back heading towards the tray of the ute, not a mark to be found. If I want to be super critical, a little nick in the plastic wheel arch mould there, but you know, I'm probably being fairly pedantic picking that out. Moving around to the rear of the car, a few important things to take note of. Is fitted with a factory tow bar, and the Ranger does give you 3-ton towing. Does have the rear step as well, as you can see, unmarked. Rear tailgate, similar, unmarked as well. And the clear tail lights just make it stand out that little bit more. Got all the XL badging on it, diesel motor, which we'll talk about a little bit further shortly. Coming down the passenger side now, and the Juco presents very similar to the rest of the car. Once again, minor little mark on the plastic wheel arch mould on this side as well. You know, if they're the only things that I can pick out on the car from an exterior point of view, just shows you the quality of it. Is fitted with the high roof plexiglass canopy, which we'll talk about in depth shortly. Have our indicators in our side guards. It's a nice little touch having the Ranger wording on the actual indicator lenses as well. But overall, gives you a really good idea of the quality of the outside of this car. You know, for a 2011 ute is just a testament to the previous owner. We'll probably touch on the previous owner a little bit later as well. So now we move around under the bonnet and have a bit of a chat about some vital statistics on this beast. Being a 3-litre turbo diesel motor, common rail diesel, it's going to deliver you 9.5 litres per 100 k's combined. So that's super economy. At the same time, the really impressive stuff, 115 kilowatts, 380 newton metres of torque. So it's certainly going to do everything you want it to do, but at the same time, delivering you 9.5 litres per 100 k's, expect over 730 kilometres to a tank of fuel. So as we touched on earlier, fitted with the high roof plexiglass canopy. I've earlier unlocked these handles, so simple matter of lifting that rear window up into position. Our gas struts take it right up out of our way. Does also have the high mount stop light on the top of the canopy. Now, as you can see on the inside of the ute, you have a look at the condition of it, approaching 3 years old, and hardly a dint or mark in the actual tub itself. A couple of minor ones here and there, but you know what, it hasn't done a lot of hard work. Probably don't want to say that the tradie that owned it didn't work very hard, but you know, it hasn't, as I say, hasn't seen a lot of hard stuff in the back of this ute. The other thing to take note of, just on the side of the canopy, we've got sliding windows on the sides. We have opened one up earlier. You notice the two that do slide open do have the flywire there. So if you know, you've got the family dog in the back and you want him to be in there safe and sound, but also have plenty of air coming in, you've got that option as well. So just coming around to the passenger side for a minute before we go through everything on the interior. Being the space cab, once you open your passenger door, we then just open the rear door by that handle on the outside there. Okay, then whoever's getting into the back obviously has plenty of access. Obviously, if I bring this passenger seat forward a little, because it's a fair way back, it does give you a fair bit of space, believe it or not. Factory car mats as well. Obviously important to note that if we have that door open, the passenger door's not going to close. Okay, so we'll just pop that one closed again, and there we go. So here we are inside the Ford Ranger, and we'll run through all of the features for you on this car. On our driver's armrest, we've got our power window switches. It's the two front windows, of course, and then our controls for our outer mirrors. just below the air conditioning vent dash, yeah, it doesn't work, air conditioning vent, we've got aftermarket cruise control fitted. We've got our brightness for our dashboard at night time. And this button here is our remote freewheel indicator switch. So basically what that does is when we're in four-wheel low or four-wheel high, if we're doing excessive speed, it will actually highlight that on the dashboard, which at that point in time we need to slow down and then reset that switch. We do have adjustable height steering wheel, which I've released earlier, so set ourselves up so we can see all our dash nice and clearly and lock it away into position. On the right hand side of our steering wheel, leather wrapped mind you, we have an aftermarket cruise control, just the actual settings for it will indicate on that little light there that we saw earlier when they are functioning, we would hope. Manual, as we mentioned earlier, 5-speed manual, 4-wheel drive. We just have our turn and release handbrake in the Ranger. And now we'll move into the centre section. AM FM CD player is MP3 compatible, obviously fairly straightforward. Then all of our air conditioning and heating controls directly below. We do have aftermarket Parrot Bluetooth fitted to this car as well. Two 12-volt outlets just down to the left of the Bluetooth, cup holders as standard. And then as we scan across to where the glove box area is, if you're a tradie, you can sign off with all your dockets when you do your jobs. Slip them all into that little docket compartment. There you go, service books, nice. Tuck them in. We'll get them back out because we need them later. And lock them away. Then of course glove box directly below. Other thing to note importantly, driver and passenger airbag in the Ranger. As we showed you earlier, was probably easier to show you outside the car the way the actual space cab operates. We've got quite a large storage area in our console. One little small box to store things there, and then we lift that up and another bigger storage area there as well. You notice the quality of the interior as we're scanning around it. You looked at the dash and everything. Just the way it's been maintained is yeah, really good. The best thing about it is 10,000 K intervals recommended, and every single interval stamped in the books from new. So all the way through, this car's been really well maintained, and then a current service has been done by us as well. So no, really impressive actually. So in summary, a lot to be impressed about looking at this 2011 Ford Ranger. 9.5 litres per 100 Ks, 115 kilowatts, 380 Newton metres of torque, 3-tonne towing, genuine tow pack, brand new all-terrain wheels, great service history, high roof canopy, manual 4-wheel drive, ready to go. It's ready to go to work now. Feel free to give us a call, 9907 0555.